Hi, welcome to NarciFY. Today we're exposing the future fake, how fake wedding plans are used to keep you emotionally trapped.
Why are you still waiting for a date that never gets set while your needs are ignored every single day? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might be the very reason you feel unable to leave, even when you know you should. They use these manufactured wedding blueprints to bypass your rational defenses, making the big day a shield for their current devaluation of you. We're dismantling the fake horizon so you can finally see the reality of the trap you're in. The future fake. How they use imaginary wedding plans to keep you trapped. The blueprint of illusion. Future faking is a manipulation tactic where a person makes elaborate promises about a shared future to secure cooperation in the present. But here is the hook. Why does it work so well even when the present is miserable? Imagine Sarah. After a weekend of being silent treated and insulted, her partner suddenly sits her down with a laptop. He shows her a $50,000 coastal wedding venue. He asks, "Should we do the ceremony at sunset or midday?" Suddenly, the 3 days of pain vanish. Sarah is no longer a victim of abuse. She is a bride-to-be choosing a sunset. This is the ultimate weapon for bypassing rational skepticism through emotional flooding. Marriage triggers a biological response. Your brain is flooded with oxytocin, which silences your intuition. It's hard to focus on being ignored when you are suddenly picking out table linens. But ask yourself, has any of this been booked? Contrast the high-definition details of the imaginary ceremony with the low-quality reality of your daily interactions. This is the visual and emotional cognitive dissonance that defines the trap. The manipulator keeps your gaze fixed on the bright lights of the imaginary altar, so you don't notice the shadows in the room you're standing in. The tactical guest list. Analyze how naming specific people for the wedding creates a false sense of accountability and social proof. When they start saying, "We have to invite your Aunt Sarah," or "Mark will be the best man," the fantasy gains weight. Consider a man who tells his partner, "Tell your parents to clear June next year." He isn't booking anything, but he creates a social trap. She feels she can't leave now because everyone knows. You stop questioning if it will happen and start wondering where everyone will sit. This social proof anchors the lie in the real world, making it feel dangerous or embarrassing to pull away. Does this sound familiar? If they are involving your family in the planning, but haven't shared a bank statement, you are in the fog. These aren't just conversations. They are psychological workshops. By asking for your input, they force you to expend mental energy. This triggers a commitment bias. Because you have spent hours planning, your brain tells you the relationship must be worth saving. Identify the shift from genuine intimacy to performative milestones. True intimacy is built on consistent respect. Future faking replaces this with the engagement post, the venue tour, or the Pinterest board. These serve as bright, shiny distractions. You aren't being loved. You are being managed through a series of staged events. The venue as a psychological cage. Once a specific place is chosen in the imagination, it becomes a sanctuary you haven't yet reached. Leaving the manipulator feels like losing that specific, beautiful future. Imagine a woman who has finally packed her bags. As she reaches for the door, he pulls out a brochure for a dream catering service. "I was just about to call them for us," he says. She puts the suitcase down. The brochure is the lock on her cage. This is precisely when these anchors are deployed. When you are on the verge of setting a boundary. Detail the dopamine loop triggered by browsing modern 2026 wedding trends to mask devaluation. In the age of digital imagery, they send you links to AI-generated decor. Each click provides a small hit of dopamine, a brief escape. This loop keeps you addicted to hope, acting as a sedative against the stings of their daily behavior. The fog of the non-existent horizon. You are living in a permanent state of almost. There is always an excuse. This persistent waiting becomes your normal state. making you oblivious to the fact that no actual legal steps are ever being taken. Explain the sunk cost fallacy. The more time you spend in the planning phase, the more you feel you have to lose. The manipulator knows this. They use your own loyalty against you, turning your hope into a chain. How many years is your someday worth? Shattering the manufactured milestone. It's time to stop listening to the words and start watching the feet. Audit the relationship based on what is happening today. If the daily reality is one of disrespect, $1 million wedding won't fix it. Discuss the importance of detaching from the imaginary event to regain clarity. You must grieve the wedding that was never going to happen. Detaching is painful, but it is the only way to see the manipulator clearly. Offer a roadmap for reclaiming your future. Step out of their horizon and back into your own life. Recognize that the most important commitment you can make is to yourself. To never settle for a someday, that requires you to sacrifice today. A phantom wedding is a ghost. Real respect is the solid ground you deserve to walk on. If this deep dive has provided you with the clarity you needed today, please support our mission. Subscribe to our channel NarciFY and hit the like button. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or experiences. We read every single one.
Thank you for being here. If this spoke to you, like, subscribe, and share. Your healing matters.